When I first joined Momentum Events, the database at the company was in need of some serious attention because there was just so much incomplete data in there. Account records with just names, contacts with just names and title, no phone numbers, no email address. So it was just in a very incomplete scenario. And to find a tool that was able to not only enrich that data, but to also dedupe that data was a tremendous help to the organization and something that we benefit with through every day. So when we first started using RingLead, the first things that we used was the deduplication service and the list import, which we found to be extremely intuitive user interface in the software platform, and the ability to modify and customize your rules was very easy for even non-Salesforce admins to figure out. So one of the things that I love about the matching rules within RingLead is a lot of times you will see that email addresses are the same, but on different records. So the first name, last name are different, but the email address is the same. And we wanted to avoid scenarios where we were merging two records that really weren't the same, but had a matching email address. So by setting up these matching rules, you have the ability to map out those scenarios to avoid merging those records. So one of the things that I love the most about the RingLead product is when using the matching rules and the deduplication, it allows for you to take legacy information in your database and make sure that those fields survive when merging records. When coming into this organization, there was a database in place and there was a lot of information in there that was put in by users. And I wanted to avoid the scenario where all of a sudden we were merging duplicate data, but also we were losing valuable data through the process. So by setting up these matching rules and surviving fields the correct way, it eliminated that possibility. What I really love about the surviving field value rules is specifically with the description field, which is a commonly used field that users put just basic general information, whether it's date of birth, kids' names, things like that. When merging records, we now have the ability to combine two records description fields together so that way you don't lose that valuable data. So the scheduler tool within RingLead gives you the ability to set your deduplication, so your account duplication, your lead to contact, your contact to contact. You can have it set on a specific date and time every week that it runs. And the other thing that's great about it is in order to reduce the suck on your Salesforce APIs, you can schedule these to occur over the weekend when no one else is using Salesforce. So it's not only still getting the deduplication done, but it's being efficient with your Salesforce APIs, which can typically be a headache for Salesforce users. Within the RingLead deduplication tool, one of the great features that I love about it is the resolution page, which is really just a last gut check to ensure that the steps you're about to take are the right one. You actually see all the data and what is going to occur with your data upon merging it. So you can scroll through, see the matched records, and basically figure out whether or not the rules that you have set are working the way that you want them to. That is a tremendous feature that I really have not seen with other deduplication tools. One of the other things that I love about the RingLead tool is you're not only limited to merging standard objects, but it also can be utilized for custom objects, which in my organization, we've had many examples where we needed to use that tool. We have a custom object called conferences, and frequently we would run into scenarios where multiple users would be creating the same conference and would populate it with tons of data, and to actually have to go through and manually fix that situation would have been a big headache and a big time suck for me as a Salesforce admin. So just going into the RingLead tool and being able to set up custom rules on how that data is merged is a huge time saver for me. So one of the ways in which we're using the lead to contact deduplication is, like most organizations, we have a lot of web forms and a lot of inbound leads coming into our organization. And frequently we see that people who are already in our system and in our database, speakers from our conferences, are filling out those forms. So it's great to have that lead to contact deduplication tool to ensure that we're able to merge those in real time. So another feature of RingLead, which I'm using frequently, is their list import tool. So I know a number of people out there can import lists using the Salesforce native import tool. The thing that I love about the RingLead import tool is it allows you to set all of your rules for matching those records. So that way, importing lists, you do not have to import then dedupe. It is all happening as you are importing the list. So one of the tremendous benefits that we've seen from RingLead that we didn't anticipate when implementing it is the normalization tool. RingLead has all these pre-built normalization standards for things like title. So VP, Vice President, State, California, CA. As the head of a conference organization that frequently is printing badges that people wear at conferences, to have the ability to have standard title formats on their badges has really improved the quality of our data. So one of the things that I love about the RingLead Mass Update tool is the comparative that I've worked with is the Salesforce Mass Update tool, and unfortunately you're only limited to updating 250 records at a time, where with RingLead there is no limitation. Frequently we have sales reps who have very large pipelines that haven't been updated the way that it should be updated, and for me to have the ability to go in and mass close opportunities for them, saving them a ton of time. So that way my sales reps are spending more time generating leads and closing deals rather than sitting there updating 100 opportunities. So one of the ways that Mass Delete has been a big help for me, and I'm embarrassed to say it, is sometimes as a Salesforce admin, you make a mistake here and there. And it's nice knowing that RingLead is there with their Mass Delete tool, so that way I can go in and quickly undo that mistake. The ability to manipulate Salesforce data in RingLead has basically made me look like a magician within the organization, because anyone who's managed a database knows that occasionally there's mistakes made, lists that are imported the wrong way, and occasionally your team comes to you with an issue and you can't find the source of it. But the ability to use the RingLead tool to not only find the source of the data issue, but to instantly correct it has been tremendous value and has made me look like a superstar Salesforce admin.